My name is Lily Tang Williams. Welcome to my live free or die state. Actually, I am a Chinese immigrant who survived communism. And under Mao, 40 million people were starving to death after he sold communism to them. And 20 million people died, murdered during his Cultural Revolution. So my question to you, David, is that can you guarantee me, a gun owner tonight, our government in the U.S., in D.C., will never become a tyrannical government? Can you guarantee that to me?
There's no way I can ever guarantee that any government will not be tyrannical.
Well, then the debate on gun control is over because I will never give up my guns. Never. And you should go to China to see how gun control works for dictatorship of CCP. My name is Lily Tang.
Good morning, Owasso. This is Chad with Owasso Live, and this is the Morning Loop. My brother Corey got activated. He's on emergency winter relief services for the National Guard, so it'll just be me today. So, with that, let's get into it. David Hogg has made the news again. He is the vice chairman of the DNC right now, or one of them. They made three because they had to have person of color and a trans queer person in there as well. So David Hogg made it in there, and he's already been caught in a scandal. He sent out an email that requested him that he gets money sent directly to him versus the DNC. So Democrats doing what they always do best, taking money from their constituents and then just giving it to themselves. So we'll start off with this article that I have pulled up right here. Let me transition screens. There we go. This is from the New York Post. Newly elected DNC Vice Chair David Hogg using his platform to solicit donations for his own PAC. Insiders say doesn't give an oink. David Hogg is being a pig, according to the Democratic National Committee. Insiders who are already slinging mud at the new party vice chairman. Barely 2 weeks into his tenure, Hogg has been leveraging DNC contact list to blast out messages soliciting donations to his own personal action committee, from which he draws more than $100,000 in compensation a year, according to the Federal Elections Commission records. David Hogg here was just elected to the DNC vice chair. This is a huge win for our movement to make the Democratic Party more reflective of our base youth, energetic, and ready to win, reads one of these 8 texts he sent out to the DNC's vast database of phone numbers. The DNC is not doing too good right now. They have definitely lost the youth vote. I mean, everything that we've been seeing now is like these old people, like the one that we showed you of those, which side are you on? Those are those old people. None of those people look like they were below 60 years old. Solicitations included in a link, Hogg's Leaders We Deserve PAC. Good Lord. David Hogg talked about living up to your name. A trial of DNC dollars, all for him, and he doesn't seem to give an oink. A top Democrat grumbled to the Post. Hogg co-founded Leaders We Deserve. In August 2023, he slated the stated goal of electing young progressives to Congress and state legislators across the country. It also provided him a 6-figure income right out of college. Since the PAC was founded, David Hogg has pocketed more than $175,000, records show, with more than $20,000 in salary payments coming in December alone, the most recent month for which the public data is available. Good Lord, this kid is just a piece of crap. Said he's been standing on the graves of his dead classmates and made his way up the political ladder. That's all this guy is. He is a Democrat. He is a tried and true Democrat at this point, standing on the graves of children to make your own political career. Never let a good crisis go to waste. While it's not officially against the rules, personal PAC funds instead, fundraising for the DNC has rubbed out some party brass along the wrong way. This is especially important for all Democratic national officials to focus on raising support for the Democratic Party and not using their position to raise money for themselves and their personal political PACs. Grossed, second senior Democrat official. In a stunning lack of judgment that is concerning to many people. The 24-year-old came to prominence as a survivor of the 18 February mass shooting of the Majority Stoneman Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida, which 17 people died. Hogg's appointment to the party vice chair job is just 24. Just 24 makes him arguably the most powerful Zoomer in the United States, but at least some members of the party were alarmed by his lack of experience and long history of social media posts supporting far-left positions like defund the police and abolishing the immigrations and custom enforcement agencies. I mean, it's very frustrating to be a part of in a party in desperate need of increased accountability for struggling leadership. Watch someone who has never been held accountable ascend to leadership, said Cameron Kalski, a fellow Stone Douglas survivor. Reached out by phone, Hogg told the Post he was not doing interviews and then hung up. David was already raising money for the DNC since becoming the vice chair, and many times before, spokesman later emailed. Well, there you go. That kid has literally been being a piece of crap his whole life, and a party that really does need accountability right now. I mean, if any party needs accountability right now, it's the DNC, with all the things like RFK calling out Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders for receiving big money from big pharma companies. So why isn't the DNC holding these people accountable? They don't, because all they want to do is win. That is all this has ever been about, is winning. Let the Democrats, what are you going to do? The Democrats are going to just keep doing what they do. But as you can see, this is just not this. Everybody's posting this. Breaking news. David Hogg has been caught funneling money to the PAC, effectively laundering money and funds to himself. Is semen a food group? From the Hodge twins. That's great. More, been caught funneling money. And then you have to remember, this kid doesn't exactly come up from humble means. His dad worked as a former FBI agent and defense contractor specializing in crisis operations. This was the big conspiracy theory that came out about the time of the Parkland shooting, is that he was a crisis actor. Now, I highly doubt that was a crisis actor, but at the same time, this kid literally here's they're doing interviews and bicycles back to school to give interviews. So he was literally, I'm going to go there and this is how I'm going to make my way. He literally was home, heard that there were reporters there for interviews, and he immediately pedals back to school on his bicycle so he can give interviews. That's scumbag material right there. Instead of like spending time with your family after a huge, terrifying incident, this kid goes, how can I get on camera and for my own political gain? It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. And then, like, there was supposedly saying that his mom worked for CNN, but there was never really any truth to that. She's just been a teacher. But that does tell you 90% of teachers are liberal and Democratic. So his point is, you can see where his viewpoints come from. But let's see here. What do we got left? Oh, yeah. People with narcissism, psychotic tendencies are more likely to support left-wing views, news research finds. And narcissism, if there was a poster child for narcissism, it would be David Hogg. And with all the protesters that have been extremely violent during the Summer of Love riots and the BLM riots, yeah, people with psychotic tendencies tend to support the left wing. All these crazy transgender LGBTQ people that are like going into their city council meetings and whatever, and like going crazy, just obfuscating and trying to, make their voices be heard. They have to make a scene everywhere they go. These people go to the left. The left is the narcissistic party. Then here's this guy. This guy has a great take on this position. We'll go ahead and listen to this real quick.
Well, that was fast. I'm sure you know who David Hogg is. He was just elected as the DNC vice chair a couple weeks ago. Well, Mr. Hogg has been making himself very busy. Now he's about to be busy with a prison job. What Mr. Hogg did is, as soon as he got in his position as DNC vice chair, he took the contact lists that are owned by the DNC and started sending out emails to people soliciting money. The money, using his position as DNC vice chair, was being sent back through his own personal political action committee called, wait for it, Leaders We Deserve. That's right, the new leader of the young Democrats who calls his political action committee Leaders We Deserve is laundering money to pay himself hundreds of thousands of dollars. That isn't just a breach of ethics or a minor thing that he might have made a mistake about. This was purposeful extraction of donor money to enrich himself. Record time corruption. Calling his PAC Leaders We Deserve is the most beautiful, chef's kiss, wonderful bit of irony I could imagine. I wonder what his prison job is going to be. I could think of some things he might be good at. Honestly, the downgrade from Tulsi Gabbard as DNC vice chair to David Hogg is unbelievable. It's almost like the Democrat Party doesn't ever want to win an election again. Maybe they don't. Maybe it's all on purpose. Maybe the whole thing is an elaborate trick. Or maybe it's just complete weaponized incompetence. I don't know. You tell me.
100%. The Democrats are doubling down on everything that they do. And again, this kid, I mean, he should go to prison. I think any of these Democratic politicians and Republican politicians, too, that have been caught money laundering, anything like that, need to go to jail. They went after Trump for stuff like this for years and couldn't get anything to stick. Trump did not do anything wrong, and we've got these politicians that are literally trying to cover their own butts right here. And this kid is now one of them. I mean, he's the perfect Democrat. That's why I keep saying he's the perfect Democrat. But in prison, yeah, this kid, he's always looked like his little skinny, tiny little twink kid. He is not going to fare well in prison. That's how I'll end the show out. Let's see here. What else we got? Yeah. Don't shoot me. I'm retarded. Prove it. Said, I oppose Elon Musk exposing fraud and taxpayer waste. And I know a lot of people that are upset about this. I mean, every single Democrat is right now. That's for sure. But why you're mad at the guy that's exposing it versus the people that are doing it is beyond me. Yeah. Then we've got this right here, which also just proves that all Democrats that you meet or liberal types are hypocrites. And they're not willing to put their money where their mouth is, especially when it comes to like giving people, people of color or immigrants positions, their positions. Like, it's like, no, it's not for me. I'd rather take them away from Republicans. That's really what it is. Like, I want to take these positions away from white conservative folks, not myself, who is a white liberal. I deserve to be here. And that's what this guy does. And it's great. Check this out.
I'm also a part of marginalized groups that have been historically oppressed, and it's like, keep on raising awareness and like slaying. Like, I hope that like we reach more equity soon.
We actually have a equity commitment form. You can actually give up your spot at university for a member of the Tongva tribe. Is this something that you'd be willing to do for this underrepresented, underprivileged community?
Honestly, no, but I hope somebody else does. That's great.
Not currently. I would need to think about it more.
I personally don't view myself as privileged. I don't think I would be willing to give up my spot at UCLA. I think that my ethnicity's representation is also important. I'm a Black student.
Who should we find to give up their spot?
That's a tough question. Anybody that is willing and feels that they're represented in the right way here.
You know what I mean? I can't make a split-second decision.
Yep. Sounds about right. Said, can't put your money where your mouth is. Never can. They never do. Then again, here is frickin' Al Sharpton giving his 2 cents on things and how truly uneducated most liberals really are on history. Said that, I mean, there's a reason why conservatives generally really like history and knowing history, because if you don't know the past, you're doomed to repeat it in the future. And Al Sharpton here just proves how ignorant he really is when it comes to knowing what the founding fathers were about.
One day, our children's children will read American history. And can you imagine our reading that James Madison or Thomas Jefferson tried to overthrow the government so they could stay in power? That's what we're looking at. We're looking at American history. One day...
Glad he just happens to forget that Thomas Jefferson, at least, I'm pretty sure Madison too, but Thomas Jefferson was a part of the American Revolution and the third president of the United States of America. He participated in the American Revolution. He did overthrow a government. That's what America has been about. That's why the Second Amendment is around. The Second Amendment is around in case a tyrannical government tries to take over. And this is so relevant to Mr. Hogg over here because this is the guy that's been advocating against guns. That's what the starting video was Lily Tran, who is a congressperson, I believe. I don't remember what state, but she wrecked him in that gun debate. Can you guarantee me that the government will never become tyrannical? He's like, I can't guarantee that ever. He's like, yeah, the gun debate's over. If you can't guarantee that the government's not going to become tyrannical, the gun debate is over. The gun debate, the Second Amendment is made for a government that becomes tyrannical. It's not made for hunting or anything else. And that's just what liberals always try to make the excuse for. No one needs an assault rifle. Muskets were assault rifles back in the day. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. And then the last one I have here before I end out the show is Representative Wesley Hunt. And he's got, again, another thing about the Democrats being mad about exposing fraud. And again, David Hogg, Mr. King of Fraud himself now, the new blood of the DNC, openly doing fraud within the Democratic National Convention or party or whatever.
I've seen Democrats on TV for the past week scream Elon Musk, Musk. It's been quite invigorating, actually. I'm really enjoyed it. And what's funny about it to me is that you're mad at the guy that found the fraud, but not mad at the people that wasted your money. Here in Congress, we clearly can't cut a budget, so I really thank Elon for doing our job for us. I've seen Democrats on TV for the past week scream Elon Musk.
Yeah, just repeated. But yeah, not mad at the people doing the fraud, but mad at the guy that uncovered it. How can you do that? How are you this stupid? It makes no sense. So Democrats always seem to get mad at the wrong person for everything. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. But let me just get this ending screen up real quick, and I'll start signing us off real quick. There we go. And let me get this bigger screen. There we go. All right. Well, again, this was Chad with Owasso Live, and this was the Morning Loop. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe so you too can stay in the loop. God bless you, everybody, and I'll see you next time.
Trump is also looking for an all-white male America.
When did he say that?
Don't have a quote for you there.
Because it never happened.
I am not that in touch with the news.
So you made it up?
No.
So when did he say that?
I don't have a quote for you.
So where'd you hear it from?
I get a lot of my information from the Times.
That's the problem.
I call it the failing New York Times. Every story they write is a hit job.
Mass deportations have begun.
The only ones that should be deported are the white people because no white people actually belong in this country.
So where are you going?
Germany.
America was founded on immigrants.
So violent criminals coming into the country, stay or go?
I think they should stay.
These people are crazy. There's something wrong with them. There's something wrong with them.
Disproportionate amount of legalized citizens in this country committing rape, murder.
They should go to jail too.
And unfortunately, one of them is running this country.
He didn't do anything violent.
What happened to Hillary's emails?
That's right. What happened to Hillary's emails?
Trump is also